All right, so let's talk predictor. Going to Darlington, too tough to tame. It's a monster day for the predictor. Kyle Larson, huge gap. I love how so Professor color codes this because I'm not really good at the numbers and the details. I get bored. Normally we have 3 or 4 names in dark green. One name, Kyle Larson, dark green. Speak up, Professor. This is your moment.
This is now it's crazy because he's never won there, right? But he is so good at this track. He is so good at this track. He's been top 3 in 4 of the last 6 there. And 2 of the last 2 races were both mechanical issues, and he still came back. He's got the second best average finish at Darlington. He's running Xfinity this week too, so that gives him extra time on the track. He's a no-brainer to bet in Xfinity as well.
And then right behind him, we have a stack of drivers in no particular order. We'll give you the predictor order, but the scores are so close, we're going to call them a wash. We have Hamlin, Truex, Byron. Those 3 throw a blanket over the predictor. It's a joke to call them even set in any sort of order. Harvick, maybe just a smidge behind. There's no way, Chop, 0 chance you're not going to have a Larson and a Hamlin bet after what we saw last week.
Yeah, for sure. And Byron and Truex.
So, sorry. So you like all this nerdy stuff. So I'm going to get right into it. The tires at Darlington are new for Darlington this year. They were run at Miami last fall, both left and right sides. They were also run on the right side. Help me, Professor, last week.
At Kansas. Yep.
Kansas. They're also at Fontana and Las Vegas. That's early in the year. I'm not really worried about that. So if you say same right side tire as last week, I mean, Larson flew, Hamlin flew. I don't know why Toyotas wouldn't be monstrous again. I do think there's a little more. So if Kansas Chop is, people always say driver of the car, right? You got to have both. I'm not trying to take anything away from the stars behind the wheel, but I think a great car at Kansas is easier to run well with than a great car at Darlington because there's still a lot of user error that can happen behind the wheel at Darlington. So for that reason, while I do expect the Toyotas to be good, I don't think it's going to be just Byron's a pushover or Larson's a pushover. I don't buy that. I think they're going to be right up there. So let's talk odds. Larson's a heavy favorite in the book. You can get him at anywhere between 5 and 6 to 1. You can get Hamlin 5 or 6 to 1. You're still taking him, right, Job?
Yep, for sure.
Truex is 7.5 to 1. Let's talk our man Reddick. We get a lot of hate when we fade Reddick. A lot of hate. He's 9 to 10 to 1 in the book. You have him running 6th. Let's talk Tyler. Help me. You told me how great Kyle Larson was. I'm going to go back to Hamlin and Truex in a minute. But let's talk Tyler Reddick. Let's do all of 23-11 because the professor at one point faded him completely a couple weeks ago at Talladega.
I was right.
I was right. Well, let's talk Reddick at Darlington.
Okay, 2nd and 3rd there last year in this car. I think it's a no-brainer. You got to have something on him too. Toyota's running great. He's great at Miami. Same tire. You got to have Reddick. You want to go?
Let's go to Bubba. Let's be honest. I like Bubba. He actually outperformed Reddick last week. Outran his teammate. I'm happy to see that. I thought having Reddick in the stable is going to be stressful for Bubba because Reddick's such a wheel man. But Bubba's stepping up. Almost won Talladega. Made a mistake. Said he made a mistake, Chop, which I appreciate, right? Didn't point fingers and he goes, damn, that one's on me. He's becoming just a great plate racer. So let's talk Bubba at the toughest track we're going to see all year long.
He's got 3 lead lap finishes and 9 starts.
It's a tough grind.
Average finish at 23rd. One top 10. It was 9th, but it was last year. I don't know if that helps you. He's running the truck race this weekend. I don't know if that helps change any of those numbers.
Well, at 33 to 1. I mean, that's.
I know, but I can't get him there.
Can't get there.
So here's the thing, though. I say that, but we see Jones as one here. We have seen some. I hate to say Jones is a surprise winner because he now won the Southern 500 twice. So maybe Jones is. Let's just write to Jones. I mean, Jones is a monster, a 2-time Southern 500 winner. Twice in his career, he's won at Darlington, and he's 65 to 1 at DraftKings. Wow. Now, listen, Legacy's having a real battle this year. It has been anything but smooth. They've announced they're going to Toyota, but I feel like this is a little bit like the Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Daytona bet, Chop, which is we didn't take it because maybe it was too obvious. I think 65 to 1, a quarter unit on a guy that's won it. Yeah. I mean, you can't leave him on the shelf, not with 2 trophies.
No, I like that. I like that a lot.
He's
All right,
the
let's go to the
driver.
Oh, go ahead.
He's the only driver under 30 to win there in the last 15 races.
Wait a second. Hey, first of all, I'm glad it's not 45 minutes in because that's normally when you give me the good. Today, it's a little early, Chop. I don't know. He must be feeling pretty froggy. He gave us a good stat early. First driver under 30 to win in the last 15 races.
He's the only one. He's done it twice.
Okay, well, then let's just stop and go back to the top of the damn board. Hamlin, old as dirt. Larson,
Just over 30.
just over 30. Truex,
Dirt.
like a Hamlin. Reddick, under, right?
Gotta
Reddick's
be.
young. Byron's young.
Harvick, dirt.
Logano,
yeah.
Over.
So what? So let's just talk to. I see. I don't talk Hamlin to Truex because Chop's going to say Hamlin, yes, and Professor's going to say Truex, of course. Did I
Well,
have
let's
it? Or is there-
let's look at Harvick for a second though, because he's been popping up in this predictor every week. at
I
the
know,
top.
but he really
he
where did he
never
finish
does.
last week? He doesn't do it, right, Chop?
No, I've lost a lot of money on Harvick this year.
Now he's been top 10 in 13 of the last 14 there.
No.
Okay,
So
that's
what is his
fine.
top 10 odds? What do we get?
He was
Yeah, I was
11th last week at Kansas. Like he just, I
Yeah, but
wouldn't.
you know what?
think
You
to
know what
win-
11th is worth?
Nothing.
Yeah, minus actually. 11th is a minus.
Yeah.
But what about top 10? Nope. he's
No,
negative.
minus
minus
160.
160.
No chance. No chance.
No.
I have a question. Who would you bet top 10 first? Harvick, Chastain, Bell, Bush? They're all the same odds. Byron? There's no way you'd put Harvick in front of those guys.
Mm-mm.
You think it's a Ford thing?
Was there a good Ford last week?
No. Logano on strategy, but that was it.
Oh, he was awful all
But
day.
I listen. Yes, you want me to just say it? Yes, it has to be a Ford thing. Kevin Harvick is freaking good, like good. Joey Logano, good. Ryan Blaney, good. Like if those things drove good, if they were as fast as those Toyotas, I know Hamlin is. I'm not trying to knock Larson and Hamlin, but if the cars were all dead equal, you know what I love about the next year. I quit watching NASCAR, Chop, because the cars are all the same. Well, don't tell the drivers because apparently some are going faster than the others. Right? Like for the same, if those are the same, I'll take the good same. You can have the same. So my point is, if they were the same, air quotes same, there's no chance you don't have a Logano or a Harvick up there battling with those guys for the like. There's no way. Now I'm not knocking any of the teams or this or the that. But they currently don't have the pace at these big tracks. They don't have it. I don't know how else to say it. Groups, the groups are really getting squeezed down. Bush, Chastain, Elliott in a group. No, Keselowski. I mean, there's just not much of stuff. Let's jump into matchups.
I got one group I like.
Go ahead then, Professor. You have the floor.
DraftKings Group C.
You're going to tell me to take Josh Berry at 4-1.
Yes.
I don't hate that. Now that you pointed out and you've gathered my attention for the juice, I would take it. I think Berry, Suarez, and Keselowski are heads up. I think Bubba's going to have a little quicker car. I do like that one, Chop. Group C, Berry 4-1.
Yeah.
It's going to get a little jingle, a little half a unit, a little sprinkle, we like to say, a little sprinkle. Go ahead, Professor. I would tell you one thing, that if you can find a sports book that lets you Exacta, which I think there's a couple out there that do it, I would look for the Hamlin Larson Exacta in either order.
Explain that.
1, 2 in the right order. Uh-oh, here we go. Coming in hot. Exacta. Hamlin, Larson first, Hamlin second. You can get both ways at 20-1 and 20-1.
I like that.
So it's really 10-1 if you're trying to get either order. You get 10-1, basically.
What if you had Truex in there? And
Truex
Byron?
is in there as well. Truex and Denny 22-1 in either order. Larson and Truex 22-1. I mean, I think this is pretty interesting. I like the Exacta. I'd do the Exacta, and I'd do the Exacta around Hamlin and Larson, and then I would probably do Hamlin and Truex because Larson's either a checker or a wrecker, and it hasn't stopped yet. Last week he finished second after getting wrecked, but twice. But he got wrecked twice and ran second.